What's up, world? Bringing something fresh to you. We're going to bring culture. We're going to bring sports. We're going to bring entertainment. We're going to bring some of your favorite people at this introduction of Crawford's Couch. My first guest. Let me jump in the Rolodex and see who we got. Yo, I need you. Need to do this Crawford's Couch. Let's do it. Today, first guest, honored to have Easy Money Sniper, one of my favorite players ever. He might be one of my only favorite players ever that's younger than me. The one and only Kevin Durant, first guest on Crawford's Couch. What's up, bro?
What up, man? I appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, where did your love for the game start?
I would say just walking into that gym for the first time. Hearing my friends run up and down the court, just wanting to be a part of that. And then when I shot my first shot, it just felt so natural. And you know, the feeling was just like satisfying, you know? So I just wanted to feel it over and over again. And that just started to build the love for it. And then I wanted to learn the game even more. And now that just turned into trying to master it. So it's just a progression. And it started from just walking into the gym for the first time.
Do you remember, like, when you knew you were good? Like, I know I'm nice. Like, did you remember that age? How old were you then?
I want to say I was about 16, 17 when I really
Dang, that's what you knew.
Yeah, I mean, early on, I knew I was good, and you know, I was good in my neighborhood, but I knew the world was bigger than that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I knew I wanted to be the best player in the nation, and I knew I wasn't at that level quite yet until I was about 16 or 17. And it just felt like I was just one of those guys.
When was the first time you played with a pro?
Mo Evans, remember Mo Evans?
Mo Evans, yeah, I remember Mo.
That was the guy that I got guarded by. And I was like, just the NBA like physicality, you know.
It's different, right?
After that, I mean, I was always the youngest. In AAU, I was younger than everybody, and then in college, I was still a young freshman. So I always felt like I was playing up and playing against the best competition anyway.
Yeah. Who were you mimicking at this time? Like, who were your favorite players? Who were you stealing from? We all steal from somebody. Who was you watching?
Kobe, Bron, and T-Mac around that time was the three guys I looked at the most, but T-Mac was the guy that stood out because I felt like we had a similar body type. We had the similar move with the hezzy pull-up. He started it, I felt like, and I tried to take it from him. So I tried to watch his games as much as I could and check his movements and try to emulate everything I seen. And then the sweet part about it, my freshman year, they had training camp at our practice facility at Texas. And seeing that was it was a memorable moment in my career.
It bothers me as a fan of yours, as a friend, when people are like, oh, he's one of the best scorers. I'm like, man, are y'all not seeing this like all-around brilliance that we're seeing? And to me, it's like, okay, if we keep him in just the scoring box, we can keep him away from the greatest ever. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's how I get from it. You take pride in having those games where you're like, I can go get 60, but I'd rather do whatever's needed that possession, whatever it takes to win.
You know, I just try to do whatever my coaches need me to do, and I think that's why I've been getting better as a player. I had coaches that demanded a lot out of me since I got into the league. I want to be an efficient player on both ends of the floor. I don't want to foul on defense. I want to be able to guard multiple positions, and that's from my coaches holding me accountable over the years, and I just try to do my best to be there every night.
Kevin Durant. I retired not being able to figure him out or how I can stop him.
You brought up Kobe, and he's like, you went from studying him to, before he passed, you said he's the one guy I could never figure out. Like, this dude is so great. Yeah. And then you hear Michael Jordan, right?
What about Kevin Durant? What do you think about Kevin Durant?
Yeah, you talk about these two and you battling who's the best, and Kevin Durant is going to sneak in the back door.
When you hear your hero say stuff like that about you, how surreal is that for you?
It still gives me chills to this day, you know, because I play for that validation from my peers. I mean, because I feel like I'm playing to shift the game forward, and I respect what they have put into the game. So it's only right for me to live up to that standard every day. So I want them to say, oh, you're doing it the right way, you know, especially guys like Kobe and MJ and you and Bron and Melo, like all the guys that I watched, T-Mac, like the people that watch my game and been watching me since I came into the league, and for them to give me that respect, I mean, that's like a championship to me, you know, because we're a brotherhood. We all connected somehow just because we put in that work and made it to this level, you know? So I feel like I'm representing all y'all every time I step out on the floor. So I like when I hear that from my peers.
Absolutely. And we talked about the people that came before us, and now you're inspiring a whole new generation. I always say you're like the prototype, like you're the future of what the NBA looked like in the year 3000. It seems to me that we're getting a glimpse of someone who has obviously watched you and will be coming in the NBA soon enough. And you definitely played a profound effect on him and Victor Wembanyama. Mm-hmm. What do you think when you see him, when you see his game?
Man, I just see a talented, enthusiastic player that it looks like he just love the game. You can see those guys that love to play. He looks like he got so much better over the last couple of years, and that's just from the work that you put in. So I'm impressed with him. Can't wait to see him in the league, see how everything pans out for him in the league, and I'm looking forward to playing against him as well.
You're obviously one of the best players ever, but to me, you're one of the best people ever. And knowing and seeing the work you do, for people, where does that come from? Because you guys just did a huge donation the other day. That's the KD I know, like the one that cares about people, who grew up, very humble, still has a crazy amount of humility and thinks about that first. Where's that come from?
I appreciate that, man. My mom always, taught us to share for one and give back and treat people the way you want to be treated. And this starts with that foundation and just build from there. And then obviously the game of basketball has afforded me so much, and I'm grateful for it. And I know how hard it is to do what we do. So I want to try to help the next generation of hoopers, make their life a little easier, make their routine a little easier, if I can. So I think that's always been my thought process, and learned so much and been around so many different perspectives from playing this game that I got a different view on life, and I just try to do my part in helping people out. So as simple as that.
You got a lot of crazy plays, Kev. I got some crazy crosses, but there was one you had.
Ankle breaker, KD!
At home. I can't ever say I had a cross like that at home.
Man, you got some classics though, man.
Yeah, but Kev, I ain't never did one at home. What were you thinking when you saw him fail? And then after you made the shot, what were you thinking, especially hearing that crowd?
It was like it was quiet in there. They was like, when Keith was saying, like, they just waiting on somebody to make a play, you know what I mean, to show you their skill. And I seen them slip and hit the ground, and my whole thought process was like, I should go try to dunk, but let me go pull up. It'll look better. So when I pulled up, obviously I got to make this, you know what I mean? So I was focused on the shot, and and then I seen my teammates going crazy once the ball went through the net, and it was just like I knew it was a moment, because I hear everybody screaming. I'm back at home. I knew this play would be huge, on the internet. So yeah, it felt good, man, especially back home.
Now we're just gonna play word association. I say a name, you can say a sentence about them, whatever you feel. Rucker Park.
Legendary. Number of greats touched that court, and if you didn't bring your game, then they was gonna let you know about it no matter what you did on the NBA floor. So I have number of respect for the record.
Seattle.
A hoops mecca, like some of the greatest skilled players of all time, the greatest players of all time, like our game is seen, just cultural icons come from there. Seattle needs a team back ASAP. I can't wait for the day. One of the greatest.
We're going to put your jersey up in that one, too. We're going to retire it up there. So 1 year, that was enough.
First off, we got to get GP and Rain Man.
Yeah, they're going for GP, man. Rain Man, KD.
That's got to happen.
PG County.
Hoops Mecca as well. A lot of great players come from there and still come from there.
Kobe.
Top 2.
Bron.
The greatest. This is the most accomplished about the past. Kareem, like, damn, that's gonna be a day.
That's gonna be a day, for sure. Jordan.
The GOAT.
Last one for you, because this is for my pure hoopers. If you can name an all-time pickup game, give me 10 players you want in that game, including yourself.
MJ, Cole, me, Bron, Hakeem.
Ooh.
T-Mac.
Yeah.
KG.
Yeah, got 3 more.
Steph.
Yes. Got 2.
Got to throw AI in the pickup game.
Got to throw AI for the coaching. He got to be in there. You got one spot.
And I want to see that AI Steph matchup.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
One more. And I'm gonna throw Jamal Crawford in there, man.
Hey, okay. Hey, you can't ever go wrong. You can't ever go wrong on the blacktop.
Come on.
Nah, I appreciate you, bro. It was an honor to have you as the first guest. This is gonna be a legendary episode, I promise you. And thank you for always being you. Like the player is something else, like you one of one, but the person is one of one as well. And I appreciate you. Utmost respect, always.
I love you, brother. Thanks for everything, man. You've been
love, bro. Thank you.
Inspiration to me from day one. Man, I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on.
from when you was dancing in the club in Seattle in 2007.
Hey, man, keep that low, yo.
My bad. It was all good. All right, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, brother. Love.